what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, um, this is, I guess, it will fall in the category as a random talk, but it's a pretty like specific episode. Um, Overall, I just kind of want to talk on yesterday, today, and my future, because at the end of the day, I really don't know how my where my future is going to really lead. Like more so talking with like YouTube and Twitch streaming, because with this pandemic, I have to say like I've put so much time and work into YouTube, and then this year, putting in a lot of work with promoting my Twitch channel. It's been exhausting. It's been extremely exhausting to the point where I'm waking up like at later hours. I'm going to sleep at later hours. Like my sleep schedule is all messed up. But what other things? I mean, and it's like putting in so much work just to get like such like a little, like feedback, or just to get like very little in return. And I feel like I put a lot into what I'm doing, and I'm not trying to blame nobody. I'm not trying to say like, it's my fans' fault. It's like it's nobody's fault at the end of the day. It's just, it's exhausting, and it's stressful on a content creator when you putting in so much work, and you're not really getting anything back in return. It's like, or I mean, it's like if you are, and it has to be like, a certain video or a certain content creator. And I have nothing but respect for the content creators that I get involved with, whether it's a reaction video or Twitch streaming. But it's one of those things where I'm like, man, like I do wish like things was a lot better. And it's like thinking back, it's like 2010, and like to 2015, like not really, taking YouTube seriously. That's the time that I do regret, because I feel like I've been in a much more better position. And then from 2015 to now, and putting in like so much time and work and uploading thousands of videos, and then trying to be a daily streamer, and then having a podcast, and then multiple YouTube channels, like don't think for a second like what I do is easy. It's not easy at all. And then you're trying to balance your personal life, and it's hard at times, But I feel like now, and that's once again, really don't know what the future holds for me. There's been numerous times where I thought on like taking a break, and it was just the other day. Like I honestly was like prepared to look for a job and things, and kind of not so much as hang up YouTube, but take a break, and then just wait until I get comfortable, and then try to come back to YouTube. But it's a lot on my mind right now, and I'm like, man, I kind of wish like I can relate to somebody, or if it was just overall like a person to talk to out of all of this, to see what I really should do. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm in this by myself. I can't rely on people to hold my hand like throughout my life, like forget career and personal life, just throughout my life altogether and things. So yeah, it's like it's something that I just gotta like overall fight on my own, and whichever decision I make, I just hope that people will respect it. Like at the end of the day, if I were to take a break, or even go as far as to quit YouTube, it's a decision where I'm like, I struggled and I thought hard on it, and I have faced that door before where I did almost quit YouTube. And I feel like now it's like kind of just being in the position I'm in right now, it's I don't feel as like emotionally attached, or just even emotional to that whole like that door, to where I would have to quit YouTube. Like I really don't feel anything at all anymore, and it has a lot to just do with my life in general, personal and business. Like it's just I wish things was easier, on just more so on me. Like forget like where I would be at, because at the end of the day, like it don't really matter to me where I'm at with YouTube, but at the same time it does, because I want it to be a career. I want to be able to be like financially stable and stuff, like where things is overall like just better than what it is like now. And to not like really to not really know like when that day will happen, And I know people like, they'll tell me at the end of the day, I know there's gonna be like at the end of the day, like when I do this episode, like this is just me just, talking. This is just me like venting out to you guys to overall just let y'all know like where I'm at mentally, because after today and yesterday, it's like, this vaccine shot, like, because that's even more so a reason why I'm doing this, like with this vaccine shot, like, bruh, I woke up this morning and I felt like in the like worst type of pain that I haven't felt like that type of pain, that physical pain, like I haven't felt that in a while, and it's to talk on that real quick. When you deal with it for like a little bit, like where it's just with this like, okay, the sore arm and stuff, I really, I ain't gonna say that it was my arm that like led me into doing this episode, but just overall how I was feeling like all today and things where like I woke up this morning just my whole body being sore, and I'm like, dang, like this is what a vaccine shot will do to you, that, and then just having a crazy headache like the whole day and stuff. And I feel good now. Like I had to say like my headache, like on a scale from like 1 to 10, it's probably like, oh yeah, I'd say it's like a 1.5 and things. But I feel like that's what more so led me into doing this episode and things. Just with everything that's kind of on my mind and some like personal matters. But at the end of the day, I gotta face these things just as an adult, and not really, like try to, be like pretty overall do what I've did before in the past, and, get all emotional and crap and acting like I can't do nothing. Like overall, after I'm done with this episode, I do plan on recording some videos. But yeah, and that's another thing that I also wanted to reference was Lel Hansen. Um, that's a person I feel like if I could relate to somebody, because I know that people will probably, I think I've even said that before, it's like, even though we're all different, like there's somebody out there that you can relate to. I feel like that YouTuber Lil Hansen, she's somebody that I can relate to overall. Like, when she did that last video on her channel where she was talking about like pretty much like, how she's been wanting to follow her dreams, and maybe I need to sit down and watch that video again, because I don't know, right now I'm like, I really don't know what I got planned. But anyways, she did talk on like how when she does her video, when she was doing those videos, the reaction videos and all the other videos she was doing, how it was like, it wasn't like overall her being fake, but it just wasn't her. And I'm like, man, do you understand how many videos I've done in just in the like recent, like not even like, I had to say ever since probably, well, definitely before 2015 and stuff. Like I've always kind of been in a position where, like overthinking definitely does play a factor in my life, and that's, I can tell y'all right now, it's like if there is a way or a cure for overthinking, like, to overall just get rid of that, bruh, I'm like, I'll be the first person to, overall like just that, and just like, yeah, I'll be the first person to take whatever medication you need to take to stop overthinking and crap. But anyways, but yeah, I had to say definitely before 2015, like I had to say, like, I don't think you guys have ever really seen me in a happy moment. And I'm like, I think definitely if I were to like hit like 100K or 1 million subscribers, I probably feel like I would feel like some side of like slight happiness. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like, okay, I get there and it's like I'm not happy, and then I end up being one of those YouTubers where I'm like, oh, I gotta take a break, go on a vacation. I'm like, at the end of the day, I really don't know what will overall, like, and I'm not trying to like, dig up some old graves or, whatever to, try to find my happiness again. Like, I know overall I need to, do something new, do something different. So I think if I were to ever like, quit YouTube, that definitely would be the reason why, is because I just, not quit, but take a break. I really don't want to quit. I do eventually want to come back to this. I'm not even quitting now. I'm not taking no break now and none of that. Like, I still, there's multiple videos I got to record. There's a bunch of things I need to do. So I really don't see myself doing that no time soon. It's like, plus, when you kind of got like bills and things, like, yeah, I can't afford to take no break or quit YouTube and stuff. So anyways, what else can I talk about? Overall, like, to tell people, I guess, like, if you do, like, if you are in my shoes where you kind of feel like this and stuff, I really do hope things do get better for you. And I think that's overall what I need to do is probably just, talk to some friends, see what they would do in my situation. And it's like, man, I'm telling you, it's honestly, it's just crazy, like with my life, like overall, just sitting back thinking, like, in a situation that, like, today, like, I definitely would have had to, like, I wouldn't even probably be doing this episode um without, like, overall, like, feeling a certain way and things. But I probably wouldn't be able to do this episode. I probably wouldn't be able to record no videos for tonight. But I'm like, times before, it's like, it's kind of helped me. It's kind of been like the thing is, though, YouTube with me, it's like a good and bad, like, medicine for, when because I'm like, man, like, I put so much into it, and I, don't really have time to, like, focus on anything else. But at the same time, it does help. And I'm like, man, like, definitely, like, if people are thinking, like, oh, like, YouTube and my personal life is, like, well balanced, it's not. It's not at all. I have to say, like, YouTube is probably, like, at an 80-90%, while, like, my personal life is, like, at a 10-20%. Yeah, it's far from being balanced. Like, I probably spend more time with YouTube and coming up with content than I do just, overall socializing. And that's why I'm like, with the with my that job, that cafe job I had in Seattle, it was like, if you guys go to them, like, 4 years I worked out there from 2016 all the way up until now. You guys will overall see, or not, well, last year, but yeah, you guys will see that it was like, I spent more time at this job, or focused on this job, than I did YouTube. Like, if you see the content that I posted, like, just this year alone, I probably posted more, or not, last year, and then a little bit of this year. But yeah, it's like, you guys probably would notice that I posted way more content, because I mean, with the multiple channels that I have, like, of course I posted way more content than I did with the, like, 4 years I was working at this job, and just in the 2 years I really been, doing this pandemic YouTube and stuff. But and then that's another thing to speak on this pandemic, and, probably to just really finish off this episode. This pandemic has not been good at all. Like, maybe with others, and I know I've said, like, it's at least, like, have gotten me to, really focus on YouTube and stuff, but it hasn't really been that good. And I'm like, man, it's messed up that it's like that. I feel like that, regardless of whatever situation or position that you're in life, you should always enjoy it. Like, I mean, unless you out there, like, legit struggling and stuff. But I have to say that's what this is. But even then, like, you still should, like, shed some sort of happiness and stuff, like, feel something. But yeah, with this pandemic, I'm like, man, it's just been more so just, with focusing on YouTube. I haven't really been focusing on nothing else other than that. So yeah, it's like, with this pandemic, man, I'll be glad when it's over. I'll be glad, like, overall, like, when just things get better. Because when it does, like, I think that'll probably be the one time when I actually, will cry, like, tears of joy and stuff. Because, I've never experienced nothing like that, before. It's like, if I did experience any form of happiness, it's like, it's definitely years ago. Like, when I was probably, in high school, maybe, possibly. But other than that, I'm like, man, telling you, it's like, just overall, like, people that are in my shoes right now, I do hope things do get better for you. I do overall hope, like, it's, like, what y'all are dealing with, it's, it goes and things. Like, I'm trying to, like, really lead this episode on past 15 minutes and stuff, because, like, it's like my OCD and things. Like, I gotta, have it where it's, like, past 15. But anyways, but I guess if I were, like, I know people probably would wonder, like, all right, so that's how I could end this episode off. Like, I know people will probably wonder, what would I overall say or do, like, for my fans and stuff, if I were to leave or take, like, a long, because I know if I do take a break, I'm gonna take a long break, and I really don't, I don't want to do that. But if it were to happen, like, that's what would happen. But I definitely want to thank everybody, like, not even just in the 6 years I've been, really taking YouTube serious, but just in the whole like 11-year period that I've been doing YouTube, like I would like to thank everybody that has shown support and has shown love. And then also with Twitch streaming, I like to thank everybody that's shown support and love with that too. Like at the end, I never really knew what any of that felt like. When people tell me like they're listening to my podcast or they're watching my videos or joining my streams and stuff because they're a fan of me. Like I've never had fans before. Like I don't know what that feels like. So to have that one thing, like out of all of this, I probably have to say that's like the one thing that does, like, it's like fans are supportive and stuff. Fans that's like, so I appreciate everybody that's showing support. And it's honestly, man, it is a list, bruh. It is a list of people that has shown support and stuff, but some still show support, some has shown support for a little bit, and I can't even get mad at those that have shown support for a little bit, but it's cool though, like that people overall have done that. So I really do appreciate that. I wish I could have, like, I guess like the one thing I could do, to give back is to continue doing what I'm doing and stuff. But if I wasn't, like, at least this, thank you, would overall, like, I guess would make things better. But I don't know, but anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everything. Definitely, one day you guys will see me in a better position, in life, and I can't wait for that day to come. But I think for now, like, I'm gonna have to just, I guess, continue running on, like, films, and, just, try, like, I guess, make the best out of what I'm doing and stuff, so. But anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, however you're viewing this. I ain't gonna do none of that promo stuff. If you want to hear the promos, just go to my last episode and just listen to the very end and stuff. But yeah, talk to y'all later. Peace.